was really good. I thought that we were very active and we were connected. You saw a lot of covering for each other, a lot of communication, and so I think it created easy opportunities for us. We were able to turn them over and score out of those turnovers, and I was pretty proud of that.
James, second row to your left.
Hey, Coach. What can you just say about this crowd tonight? I think this might have been the most packed we've seen Wintrust Arena since you became head coach here.
Yeah, it was amazing. It was a sight to see. I appreciated the energy and I really feel Chicago. I really feel it, and the way they came out and they support, you can feel the passion that they have, and it just gives us more passion, and so. Hopefully we can see the same thing Sunday, and we can all celebrate together.
James, in the last row, center.
James, Khalil is a player who was averaging 6 or 7 points only a few years ago. She's had a star turn in these playoffs. What have you seen from her in general after such a great performance tonight?
We have a great coaching staff, and they work with the players every day. And so it's a 50-50. You have players that work, but you have players like Ka that really put in the work, and you see it right away. And so the players have to be willing to put the time in. And the coaches, they're going to put time in. And so this is what you have, a product of this. When you have somebody as talented as she is, with a motor and a skill set, and the one thing that probably doesn't get talked about as much, her competitiveness. That's what it takes to get to the next level. We used to see it every day, even when she wasn't playing as much. So it's no surprise to us because we know what we have in her. And this is just, now she's letting the world know. And it's just who she is.
We have 3 more questions from the room, and then we'll turn to Zoom. Third row to your left, James.
Coach, in the middle of the second quarter there, you had that 10-0 run to sort of break things open. Just what did you see from your team during that stretch?
I saw our pace pick up. And when we're playing at that type of pace, we're really hard to guard. So, we just have to continue to play at that pace, continue to move the ball, and to continue to attack closeouts when we have an opportunity.
James, Cheryl Racedown from WBEZ Radio.
Sure.
What does it mean in a game like this, you were able to rest your starters at the end of the game when we have a closeout game on Sunday?
Yeah, it was important. I was going back and forth with my staff, and because the game is in less than 48 hours. And so this is a dream come true if you can get, the starters rest and knowing they'll have their legs, no excuses to not have their legs on Sunday. And so we were pretty happy about that. So I thought about it. I was like, okay, should I, go back to them at some point? But we all discussed that, if I had 4 timeouts, so if they go on a run or if we see that we're a little winded, we'll call a couple of timeouts. But our bench, I called one timeout to compose us a little bit, and then our bench kind of went to work and got back to the rhythm. Not only was it good for our starters, but for our bench to actually separate a little bit, and because these games are really, you don't want to have momentum going into Sunday. And so what our bench was able to do was really important because they didn't allow them to get momentum. And so I really appreciated that. Our bench was really important today.
James, to your left, second row.
Hey James, Jackie Powell, Bleacher Report. So folks call Candace the quarterback of the defense. I'm curious if you can apply that extended metaphor to Ka and sort of, how important defensively she is for this team.
You want to use football terms?
Yeah, completely extended metaphor. Why not?
Okay, she's quarterback of the defense. Wow, I never heard that. That's offense. Okay. So Ka's like the wide receiver of the defense. So yeah, she's the wide receiver of our defense, but an elite one. Like, what's the guy? Sorry, I'm not naming a Bears player, but maybe like Hopkins or something. Yeah. Yeah, it's just like that.
Second row to your right, James.
Hi, James. Maggie Hendricks, Valley Sports. Yes, I do have cookies.
Yeah.
My question, though, is how do you keep them, what were you talking about in the locker room to keep them from getting too high or to whatever going into a clinching game?
I just talk about, I point out what we did successfully as a unit. I talk about individual performances, and I know they're a prideful team. They have, 3 trophies, and I know they're gonna come out and punch, but we're gonna punch too. So I just told them we have to be aggressive. And we've had the same, saying for the entire playoffs, and we're gonna stay with that. We know what game 4 means for us, but it's about winning the game and winning it in a fashion where we're aggressive, and we have to play as desperate and connected as they will, or even more.
All right, James, front row to your left.
Hey, Coach Wade, congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
You're a game away from winning the WNBA, possibly winning the WNBA championship. One of the few black coaches that are in that position. Have you thought about that? And if so, what does that mean to you, just to be in the position to continue to carry on that legacy?
I think, I think about it, and like I do, this is something we can't escape, and so we live in the skin, and we have to represent, because the world's a little bit unfair to us in the way we're represented, and the way we're looked at, and the chances that we don't get, and so you always have to protect yourself at all times. You get proud of these moments, but sometimes I have to act like that I'm supposed to be here, even though life has told me that I'm not. And so it means a lot. It means a lot. It means a lot that my son is here and he gets to see his daddy coaching in front of a lot of fans just cheering, and he gets to see success. So maybe in 15 years it won't be a big deal for him. So I'm glad you asked that question. So yeah, that's it.
All right, we're going to turn to Zoom, and we'd like to get questions in from a few folks who haven't had an opportunity yet. We're going to begin with Cheryl, and you're going to be followed by Allison. Cheryl, go ahead.
Hi, Coach. Cheryl Power, QuickFeed.com. My question is related to a little bit about what you just said about what does it mean to have your family here all the way from France during this crucial stretch, and your son's wearing a Courtney Vandersloot jersey. Is that his favorite player?
He likes all of them. He has a couple of jerseys. It depends on the weather. You can ask him today, it'll be Courtney Vandersloot. Tomorrow, it'll be Ka. And he has a special place in his heart for Candace, though, and that's a forever constant. And so Candace is the one that he's known since he was a baby, and so he's really close to her. I think if more often than not, it'll probably be Candace than anyone.
Next question will come from Allison. Allison, you will be followed by Edwin. Edwin, you will have the last question before we move to players. Allison, go ahead.
Hi, James. Allison Marin from the Next at the Nine. Congratulations.
Thank you.
The differential between the two teams, how surprising was it to you that you won by so many, and what is the impact of that going to be for Game 4?
I don't focus on what we won by, it's just how we played. So that's, I don't think the scores really indicate a lot of things. Sometimes you can lose some close games and you play great. So for us, it's about the how. And we know we have to stay focused and focus and concentrate. I want them to feel good about tonight's win, but after tonight, we have to really hone in on the next game. Like, we have to hone in on the next game. It gives us collective confidence, I'm sure, so you can't get around that, but we really have to come and take care of business. So tomorrow we'll get back in the gym and we'll figure out some things that we didn't do great, and we'll try to figure out how they're going to attack us and we'll clean it up, and hopefully we'll come out and give a great effort on Sunday.
Our last question will come from Edwin. Edwin, go ahead.
Coach Wade, congratulations on the victory.
Thank you.
The team was dominant, obviously. The score reflects that, and the individual stats reflect that. 44% from three, won the rebounding battle, and only had, to me, the most impressive stat, 13 turnovers, which usually is very high for this guy. When you're looking at what the team needs to do to win on Sunday, what's the number one aspect you think will help them win?
I mean, you pointed out some key facts. I think we only had maybe 4 turnovers in the second half. And so that helped us out a lot. The fact that we were able to take care of the ball and continue to be aggressive and had spacing, we had good spacing on the floor, which helped that out. I think that's something we have to continue to build on. Not sending them to the free throw line, us winning the free throw battle today helped us, and our aggressiveness toward the basket helped us as well. So I just think we have to stay there as far as not fouling them and taking care of the ball. If we can get to a point where we're taking around the same amount of shots because we're not turning over the ball, then I think it helps us.
James, thank you.
All right, thanks, guys.
To our media, stay with us.